In this video, I'll be breaking down how much you need to make in order to afford a 2023 Cadillac Lyriq. There are 4 options that I'll be covering today, and you can decide on which one suits you the best depending on how into cars you are. Some people just want a reliable form of transportation, while others are willing to sacrifice quite a lot more in order to get the car that they really want. Stick around to the end of the video to find out which method would be best for your situation. This is 4-Wheel Finance, a channel dedicated to helping you make smart financial decisions. Before I dive into the first rule, these videos take quite a lot of time and effort to make, so please give it a like and subscribe, and comment down below what other vehicles you'd like to see. The first rule is the 24-10 rule. This states you must put at least 20% down, you can't finance it for more than 4 years or 48 months, and the payment can't be more than 10% of your monthly gross income. Since the 2023 Cadillac Lyriq has an MSRP of $61,795, you would need to put down $12,359. And with the average new vehicle interest rate of 3.86% in a 48-month term, this would bring your monthly payment to $1,113.12. Take note here that you're also paying $4,000 in interest alone. Bankrate states that the average monthly insurance cost is $148, but this varies quite a lot, so use the Smart Financial link in the description below to find out exactly how much it would cost for you to insure a 2023 Cadillac Lyriq. This brings your monthly total to $1,261.12. And now back to the 24-10 rule. Given your monthly cost is $1,260, you would need a monthly gross income of $12,611.20, 10% more than what your monthly payment is there. That's back to the 24-10 rule, or an annual gross income of $151,334.40. I really encourage you to look at the opportunity cost here. If you were to buy a cheaper $10,000 car and put what would be your car payment of $1,113.12 into the market instead, over the course of 5 years and a conservative 6% rate of return, this would turn into $77,722.50, gaining over $10,000 in interest on top of your original principal. And this is just for the first 5 years. If you were to continue that for 10 years, it would amount to $181,732.75 at only a 6% rate of return. And for reference, the stock market averages around 10% per year, so this is pretty conservative. The next rule is the Dave Ramsey rule, and this states that you must have 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund built up. The vehicle can't be more than 50% of your annual gross income, and you must purchase it in cash. Given that the 2023 Cadillac Lyriq starts at $61,795, your annual gross income would need to be a minimum of $123,590. Ideally, it's nice to purchase a vehicle in cash because you wouldn't have to pay any interest, and your insurance would be quite a bit lower. And in this case, that's about $4,000 in interest. But obviously, there's not too many people that have $60,000 in cash that they could just put towards a vehicle. Those first 2 rules are pretty difficult to achieve, and you would assume that the average person wouldn't be able to follow those, which is why I've come up with my own. For my rule, you need to have at least a 6-month emergency fund, invest 15% of your monthly gross income into your 401k, and need to max out both your Roth IRA and ideally your HSA, but I'll leave that one as optional. And yes, this might seem like quite a lot of saving and investing, but I don't give you a monthly percent rule that you have to stick to. And so it's up to you here to decide if you'd like to spend more of that, let's say, free money on a vehicle, or if you'd like to go on more vacations or out to eat more, that sort of thing. And the 6-month emergency fund is just there to make sure you're covered in case an emergency happens. And the investment portion gives you a little bit of financial security later in life, most likely when you will need it the most. And the majority of people normally say that, well, nothing's really guaranteed here. And while that's definitely true, it's difficult to put a value on having peace of mind for yourself or your family's future. So I think investing is really a smart idea. You're going to want to do that. But that's, again, why I give you a little bit of option in terms of how much you want to spend on that car. And the final rule is the 1/10 rule, which was developed by Financial Samurai, and personally one that I think the majority of people trying to build their wealth rapidly should consider. It really doesn't allow you to buy a new vehicle because it's a pretty strict rule, but it's set up to help you spend responsibly, reduce your financial car ownership stress, which increases your net worth over time. And this is a pretty straightforward rule. It just states that you can't spend more than 10% of your annual gross income on a vehicle. And so in the case here of the Cadillac, you'd need to make like $600,000 a year, which is for the vast majority of people, I would assume that that's going to be out of range. And you must own the vehicle for at least 5 years, ideally more. And again, the theory behind this here is to just minimize your stress, free up a little bit of money so you can invest in assets or opportunities, anything that goes up in value instead of a car. Cars are one of the worst things that people buy, and they overspend on them, and it doesn't allow you to grow your wealth. It works the other way because it depreciates really quickly. It's much more stressful and difficult making important life decisions like whether to move or whether to take a new job when you're worried about payments each month. Once again, this is 4Wheel Finance. If you have any questions regarding car buying or how much of a car you can afford, please leave them in the description down below. And again, that Smart Financial link is down there as well. They'll shop around to find what the best